Howdy, partner. Slap on your stirrups and saddle up your horse, because we're jumping into the Weird West, mixing monsters, zombies, and cowboys, courtesy of Savage Worlds by Pinnacle Entertainment. Deadlands has to be your next game, and I'm about to tell you all the reasons why. The Deadlands setting is based in the western United States in an alternate universe version of 1884. In this alternate history, the Civil War, aided by evil influences, was allowed to continue far longer than our timeline. Here, the Confederacy fell after the steam-powered bloodbath known as the Battle of Washington in 1871. Things are quite different in this version of history, with having to deal with the constant reaching of the paranormal, newfound science, and worst of all, the government. Have you played Deadlands before? Are you planning on it? Let us know in the comments. Utilizing the Savage Worlds Adventure Edition, Deadlands is a fast-paced, rules-light game that really allows for quick and easy character creation. Humans are the only playable race available in Deadlands, but there are so many ways to customize your character that even high fantasy purists will love it. There are many different Western concepts for you to base your character on, from the bounty hunter, to the drifter, to the huckster, to the law dog, and even the mad scientist. There is a strong influence on flaws in this game, which, as I've said before, flaws really give the character life. If you take flaws, or as they're known, hindrances, it gives you the option to buy boons to stats and options later on. Flaws come in major or minor and may mean that you're just a bad liar, or possibly suffering extra damage when you're wounded. The basis of your character is largely determined by their background and the feats that you choose, known as edges here. The edges you have access to are determined largely by your background and your ability stats being high enough in certain skills. These include abilities to quick draw, reroll certain checks, or even mark you as the right hand of the devil. Deadlands also allows you to tap into the weird with arcane backgrounds such as the Chi Master, the Blessed, the Shaman, and even be reborn as the Harrowed. Are you enjoying this video? Finding it useful? If so, we'd really appreciate it if you'd consider hitting that like button on this video and subscribing to the channel so you don't miss out on more content just like this. Thanks in advance. Speaking of the weird, Deadlands also introduces the strange new science. Aside from the regular firearms and train carriages that we're used to from old westerns, Deadlands gives way to new science. This is heavily reliant on a substance known as ghost rock, made from the souls of evil men and women by cosmic entities known as the Reckoners. This highly volatile substance has been used to create many technological wonders and terrors. This substance has also been known to drive the miners and scientists that have been around it a lot completely mad from inhaling the fumes as they contract the dreaded rock fever. However, the ghost rock has allowed the creation of inventions known as infernal devices. Infernal devices can be considered akin to magical items from most other fantasy games, albeit by mechanical means at times. These range from a hat periscope that allows you to see around corners, a mechanical mule, and even a steam boiler Gatling gun. Although, being touched by the ghost rock in some way to create these infernal devices does mean that sometimes things can go catastrophically wrong. Critical fails on the use of infernal devices lead to a malfunction table, which could cause the device to just not work, or explode. Other dangers that lurk come in many forms, such as good old regular bandits, or the Wendigo, or even the Boogeyman. Although the darkest and dirtiest enemy of all, as always, is the government. They've hired the Pinkerton Detective Agency to look into all these otherworldly happenings and keep a tight lock on everything they find. They hold a lot of knowledge in the Weird West and intend to keep it that way. So move along, cause ain't nothing to see here. There is a ton of other lore that I can go into, possibly in future videos, but I don't want to spoil it for those who really want to dig into the world of Deadlands. And so, if you enjoyed this video, then perhaps you should consider checking this one out as well.